Hey guys, Jimmy from Bikebiz Motorcycles here, and this is the Triumph TRIDENT 660. It's Triumph's latest mid-entry bike for this year, and I've been fortunate enough to ride it starting from Sydney suburbs, down ocean roads, highway, all the way to Jindabyne, where we then went through the snowy mountain roads, and I've got a pretty good feeling of what this bike is capable of. Being a bike for the 650 Lambs market, it's obviously the most competitive market there is right now. If you are compiling a list of what bike you may be considering from the 650 Lambs bikes, it probably consists of MT-07, XSR 700, CB 650, SV 650, Z 650 from Kawasaki. And if you are considering one of those bikes, you should definitely add this to your list, probably right to the top of the list. And that's thanks to a couple key components which I'll start showing you over now. The Triumph TRIDENT 660 uses a liquid-cooled 12-valve dual overhead cam inline 3-cylinder. There wasn't a moment that this bike, especially through Sydney suburbs, where I was lacking any oomph. I could comfortably drive out of corners in any gear really. It just had that much torque. It has 53 brake horsepower, 59 newton meters of torque, so easily it's way up the top with all the other 650s in the market. In terms of suspension and handling, the front forks is a Showa 41mm upside down separate function fork. This was arguably one of the best handling Lambs approved bikes I've ever ridden. You are able to go through corners with so much confidence and really push that front end. The rear shock's a bit more basic. It's just a Showa mono shock with preload adjustment. Mind you, there wasn't one point in the entire ride where I felt like I needed to adjust the rear shock. It was always in that perfect sweet spot. Riding through the snowy mountains, there was super tight, twisty sections. For anyone that's been through there, you'll know what I'm talking about. And what helped me navigate these sections was the front Nissan 2-piston sliding calipers that utilize a twin 310mm disc, and then the Nissan single piston sliding caliper that has a 255mm disc on the back. The Triumph TRIDENT 660 is one of the only 650 Lambs bikes on the market that has a TFT dash on the lower segment and then an LCD dash on the topper part of the instrument cluster. So for the easy to read stuff, it's all on LCD. That includes your speed and your RPMs and whatnot. And then the bottom half, we have the TFT part of the dash. So we can read traction control settings, rider modes, they're all adjustable. You have the choice between a rain mode or a road mode, and even those you can adjust to your best preference, and as well as turn traction control on or off in either road mode or rain mode. The Triumph TRIDENT you wouldn't consider a very heavy bike for the 650 Lamb segment. It only comes in at about 189 kilograms wet. In terms of seat height, it's 805mm, which is around everything else out there. But because the chassis and the compact inline 3 motor, it comes in very slim. So for the shorter riders, your feet are going to be a little bit closer together, meaning that your heels are going to be a little bit closer to the ground. And I think for people that are getting into riding, that'll be a huge bonus for them. Although this bike makes a fantastic commuter and weekend bike, you wouldn't really consider it as an ultimate touring bike. And with the simple addition of an Oxford Aqua T30 bag on the back, it actually turned out to be a great little touring bike for a weekend trip like we did. This bag's available now also. You'll find it with a link below. And if you wanted to come into Bikebiz and take this Triumph TRIDENT out for a ride, you're more than welcome. It's located at 274 Parramatta Road, Granville location. Give one of the boys a ring today.